Hello, in this video we will discuss about the natural killer cell or NK. So what is the natural killer cell? The large granular lymphocytes are present, and this is 1% of throughout the lymphocyte are present in the blood circulatory system. So it is non-phagocytic cells, and it will not endocytose this other things. And the granules of natural killer cells contain perform biologically potent molecules and defense against intracellular and intracellular pathogen. And intracellular basically is the intracellular pathogen, so you should need to understand. So let's begin to understand the mechanism of defense against intracellular pathogen. So the natural killer cell naturally kill the cell which that is infected. So remember, infected by this is the pathogen. This pathogen can be infect in the person. It means the cell will be infected due to this virus, this bacteria or pathogen. So when the cell will be infected, so we should remove that cell because that is infected. So the natural killer cell play important role for this. So the after the infection of the person, so let's begin to understand the mechanism of defense against intracellular pathogen. So intra mean inside, the intracellular mean inside, while the inter mean the between the cell, two cell. So here I am just understanding to you the intracellularly. So infected cell is here which that's contain a virus. After this infection, it will produce the type 1 interferon, that is the cytokines, and the chemokine, which that recruit the natural killer cell from the lymph node or other tissue region. So where the natural killer cell are present, this infected cell will recruit through type 1 interferon. After this, this is the antigen which that is represent through MHC class 1 molecules through this infected cell. So remember, after this representation, the MHC class 1 molecule through antigen representation, the piece of antigen from the processing, and in this way the natural killer cell will begin to recruit and to become a effector natural killer cell after the binding of the type 1 interferon when released from the tissue. After this is here is the natural killer cell will recognize through their receptor through MHC class 1 molecule as an antigen presenting cell like infected cell. So after this, let's begin to understand the cytolysis will be occur. So let's understand number one is the natural killer cell. We recognize the antigen through MSC molecule and infected cell. This is the infected cell. And the antigen recognition will be occur. After the antigen recognition, the perforation step will be occur. This perforation step means it will release the perforin. This perforin is channel like protein will fit in the plasma membrane of the cell, infected cell. After the fitting of the plasma membrane of the cell fitting, it will cytolysis due to the production of granzyme. This granzyme is the enzyme which that can pass through perforin, because without perforin it is impossible. So first is the perforin produced, and the second is the grain enzyme from the natural killer cell. To kill this cell is known as apoptosis or cell death. Anyhow, let's begin to understand the extracellular defense against pathogen. So the extracellular defense against pathogen is here is the inflammation caused due to the pathogen, but this is recognition through receptor and produce interferon gamma. This interferon gamma, which that will recruit after the binding with the macrophage receptor. This interferon receptor, interferon gamma receptor, will bind and macrophage activation factor. This is which that will be activated, and natural killer cell as a helper cell will work in this manner. But remember that it will not endocytose, but the phagocytosis will be occur through macrophage, not natural killer cell. So that is why the natural killer cell not involved for the phagocytosis, but indirectly activate the macrophage to engulf and the phagocytosis through other cell. For example, neutrophil also. So remember. So in summary, if we can get a summary, the natural killer cell, which that is used for the defense against intracellular pathogens directly and defense against extracellular pathogens indirectly. So in this way, the directly means directly kill this cell, while if the pathogen are present in the blood circulatory system and still not infect the cell, so the natural killer cell which stimulate and produce the interferon gamma, this interferon gamma which that will bind with the macrophage, because the macrophage activator, and this macrophage activator through receptor interferon gamma, after the binding it will basically endocytose where the site of infection, where the site of pathogen infection. So in this manner the natural killer cell work this like structure. So that is the video about the natural killer cell. I hope you like this video. Please, if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, like and share, as well as comment below. So thanks for watching. Bye.